one city and I'm on my way to another. And again, I've altered slightly my plans. Actually, truthfully, the plan was go to one city for 3 days. Maybe if it was going all right, go to a second city. So it was sort of altering the plans to go to the second city in the first place, but then now the leaving part, we're going early. First of all, it's a weather issue. It's so hot and muggy out. It is really hard to function. It is really hard to get sort of the motivation to go run around and be a tourist. It's not really exhaustion. It's just like, and I mean, you go to a different place. The food is different. Everything is different. I think that we are both massively underhydrated just because we're used to being at home. You turn on the faucet, and here it's just not like that because we're not, I mean, hotel water is weird. We're out and about. So I think that's some of it. I don't know. So we just got to the end and we're like, okay, we could have absolutely done another 2 big activities, and they 2 or 3 actually, and they probably would have been great. But this is a 2.5-hour drive that's looking like it's gonna be over 3 because this. Oh yeah, this. And in general, here's what I have to say mid-trip. I stand by my feelings that I'm gone to some weird exotic place. I mean, it was I've got to say, it was completely bizarre. I recognized somebody in the subway, the last subway trip that we took, as a person I had seen on another subway trip, and I was like, oh my god, am I being followed? It was weird. It was stupid. It was clearly an avoidant thing, and it was like, okay, I'm just going to shut up and keep going. I mean, it was strange that on at least 2 occasions, actually both of them at that church where I videoed and put up a video, people came up and talked to us and asked me for help. I don't know, I mean, I am clearly the classic mom, which means usually I'm good for asking for help and giving help. But it was like, what? Do I have a label on my back? What? You know, I mean, I'm nice enough and all that, but yikes, you know, that being recognized, it's the anonymity that's so great about going to a big city. I mean, I used to live in Philadelphia, so I have lived in a pretty big city. This one, what seemed bigger and faster and crazier. Philadelphia is like a city of neighborhoods, so it's just there are different areas, and a lot of the areas are a little bit more spaced out, and a lot more, well, just a lot more space. It's not a tall, high city, so it just doesn't seem as crammed as, like, there's so many people crammed in it as, like, say, New York or something like that. So I had that impression. I was expecting it to be a little bit more like New York, and it wasn't. It was definitely, you know, a lot of people all the time. Would I be able to live in that situation? Probably not. Probably I would be a complete hermit and only go out when I had to, and do the same thing I did in Philadelphia, which was, I don't know if you know the area, there is this humongous mall, which is escaping me now. Oh, King of Prussia. That's where it is, King of Prussia. This huge mall, and I would go shopping in King of Prussia Mall, which was, you know, like an hour west of the city, and I could get anything I wanted in the city. But I would go there again for the break, because the chances are nobody would see me, nobody would know me. So it was weird that I would do that. I would purposefully go shopping far out, and so that I could have my neighborhood where I have people maybe walk up and seeing me. And then yeah, so I live, you've seen it, I live in suburbs in a very rural area, and I prefer it to the city. I like cities, but I don't think not living in them at all. So I feel massively, hugely better and relieved to be leaving. Then again, I'm sitting in air conditioning, and that might have something to do with it, but I really do feel physically better leaving the city and getting out of that situation that was so wild and crazy, and doing all that stuff. I mean, you know, here I obviously am stuck in traffic. There's nothing I can do about this. I can't go any faster. All I have to do is sort of crawl along. No idea what's causing this. It's just, you know, out of my control, and so I just have to keep going with it. And maybe that some of it is I feel like I need to control stuff when I'm trying to run around and get to whatever I'm trying to get to in the city. Anyway, am I repeating myself yet? I don't know. The point of this video is that you definitely can be anonymous in a crowd, which is what I did when I was in the city on our vacation. And now I'm going to go to a different city and do the same thing, be, you know, completely by myself and invisible in a crowd, and doing that really recharges me. And I can see why it would not do that to other people, and I'm not sure what my quirk is, why I've learned to do this, but again, I was there for 3 days, and at the end I was dragging, and it felt strange that I really, like, I got the subway system down and like just knew where I was going and what I needed to do without, you know, looking at maps and stuff like that. And that's a little, you know, too much comfort for me to take comfort in it, if that makes any sense. I don't know. But it did do the trick. I do feel, even though physically I'm exhausted, mentally I feel recharged and ready to go. And I think it's going to help when I get to this next city. It'll have that same effect again. We're only going to be there for a short while, and then I need to drive all the way home. Anyway, I'll give you an update when I get to the next place. Also, I think there's a very good chance that these videos are going to start coming out of sync, because I am running into internet issues. Even though you think in a big city you have internet all over the place, but, you know, if I run out of internet